All right, everyone. I want to show you a couple things about the new Josh Edge remote that I'm really excited about. So first thing is you'll notice if you're not familiar, it just looks like a normal remote. And that was by design. We wanted this to be familiar, comfortable, something that just fits in your hand and isn't intimidating. But the big difference are these 6 buttons on the top plus the 7th button. These 6 buttons on the top give you quick actions for anything in the home. They can be light, shades, music, scenes, whatever you can think of. In software, you can program that. And then the voice button gives you a lot of control using Josh's AI with its large language model, or you can ask it to control things in a lot of interesting ways. So for example, we all know that you can turn on lights using a keypad on the wall. But what if you just want to turn on the lights for a couple minutes? Or maybe have the lights turn off at 5 p.m. You can simply ask for it. So a quick demo, and I'll make it quick just so we see it happen. I can say, turn on the lights for 10 seconds.
You got it. Living room lights are now on for 10 seconds.
So it knows we're in the living room, and it's turning on these lights, and it says for 10 seconds, then they're turning off. So you can do that for music, for your lock. You can say at 5 o'clock or at sunset or in 2 hours, do something. So you've got a lot of control with that. The next thing is you might be thinking, well, what are all these TV controls going to do in a room without a TV? Well, this room has no TV, but it's got music. So if I go and say something like, let's play music, I want to avoid the YouTube copyright stuff. So maybe we'll just do classical music, which hopefully gets around that. So let's say, listen to classical music.
One moment. Now playing classical music.
So now that we do that, this up down is going to become volume. You also do a volume on the side, but quick volume right there. Left, right is going to be next track, last track. And so we've got some music on. Next track, a little quieter, a little louder. Next track again. And then if I go and press that center, it acts as a quick pause. So this works as a really great way to control music. I'm not opening my phone. I don't have to navigate an app. If I want to just quickly pause the music, adjust the volume, it's right here, right on my home's remote, which I love. And the last thing I want to show is how easy it is to change these buttons. So in this room, I actually don't have shades, but I've got a fireplace. So let's say I want to swap that out. Well, I'm going to use one hand to hold my phone. So it's going to be a little tricky, but I'm going to show you it's easy enough that I can swap these out with just, one hand. Also worth noting, this remote's got great backlighting, so at night you can read it. It's water resistant if you get splashed on, but also very brittle. I'm sorry, not brittle, very tactile and very well built, so buttons aren't going to pop out. But we wanted to make it easy to change these buttons. So I've got a little tool over here. Let me just put this remote down. So this is the little tool for swapping out. It's like a SIM card tool. And then I've got this icon I'm going to use for the fireplace. So to show you how easy this is, I'm just using my one hand because I got to hold the phone. And this just kind of inserts in and pops out. And with that, we now have this button removed. We're now going to take this next button, and you want to make sure you orient it right. Fireplace is pretty obvious, but some of them less obvious. And I just snap it right in. So now that we've got that button, let's tell it what to do. Normally you're going to configure in the app or in the web portal, but because I'm using my phone and I just want to do this quickly, I can just tell it what to do. So why don't we say, configure button 2 to turn on the fireplace.
Setting button 2 to turn on the fireplace.
All right, and so with that, let's see if it works. Button 2, I hear the spark kind of going on. Takes a few seconds for a fireplace to light, but we've got the fireplace. So it's that easy to use this for music, lights, schedules, or configuring something new like we just did with the fireplace. So with that, I'm super excited about this product. And let's make sure we turn that off. Turn off the fireplace.
The fireplace is now on.